Hey everyone, it's the RCGroups Hangout and podcast. This is a video and audio discussion about everything that matters in the RC hobby at this very moment.
Is it a hangout and a podcast, or a podcast and a hangout?
Well, if you ask what came first, I'm gonna have to tell you the podcast came first and the hangout came second.
Maybe it's a hangcast.
Did you know that they proved that chicken did come first because of some DNA thing that they finally figured out?
Oh, we finally have an answer?
Yeah, yes. It was a chicken.
Nice.
That's for real.
I think that would be a hypothesis.
Oh no, it's science.
Educated guess based on, I don't know.
Okay. We finally end the debate after 100+ years of discussing this.
Of caring about chickens and eggs. I just know that I had eggs for breakfast and they were delicious.
I hate eggs. And as our live viewers just roll in, holy cow, I'm talking like 20 people in 1 second popped on here. We have some things to discuss this week. Exciting big news, I think, for the hobby as far as things you're going to want to fly. And also today, if you're a fan of Boardwalk, the TV show, today is the day that prohibition was repealed. So we can all drink liquor legally now.
Cheers, everybody.
I'm having some whiskey right now.
You know, Dina Carter, who used to live down the street from me, country music singer, she said on her Facebook health post that using straws like this give you those wrinkles that old ladies have on their lips. So just
that's why I never use straws.
Pucker up.
Also, a straw stays on the planet for 200 years. So now there's a thing where a waiter gives you a straw, you say no thanks, and then you call him a butthead.
You know, with me not having children, I need to leave something behind for the world to enjoy.
Take a guess.
Straws around.
Take a guess on what. Now, I want you to be serious, both of you. Take a guess on what would be the last thing left by humanity. Let's say humanity is wiped out, and hundreds of thousands of years later, or whatever it is, what's the last thing that future beings would find about our society?
EPO foamies.
No, that goes real fast.
That is a great question. I'm curious what the answer is.
The 6-ring holder of Coca-Cola cans.
No.
Plutonium.
No, plastic goes pretty quickly. It's like, a couple 100 years or something like that for even the hardest plastic.
Hey, everyone, we do have RC information coming.
No, we don't. Okay, you know what it is?
Yeah. Oh,
ceramic floor tiles.
Nice.
Well, you know what? That could be worse.
Ceramic tile is it's so hard. It's what's going to be left.
The cat couldn't scratch it.
That comes from me reading a book called The World Without Us. You guys should check it out. It's really good. It's a really long book about all the different scenarios where man goes extinct. It's called The World Without Us.
Buddy RC Doug says you're wrong. He says it's White Castles.
Oh, we call those gut grenades. When you pull them out of the sleeve, you pull the pin, and then you eat them.
That book sounds depressing to me.
No, it really is good. I promise it's a really good book. Check it out. It's on what's the
Wikipedia?
Audible? No, Audible. Check it out, guys. It's a good book.
All right. So
ceramic toilets.
For everyone that's still here, because some people don't want to know about what's going to be left. First, we're going to talk to special guest Matt Gunn about the Grand Tundra. We're going to look at the build process. We're going to watch a flight video. We're going to see it in person, sort of, since
it.
What? Oh, there it is, right there. We're talking about the Grand Tundraria.
Oh, the Grande.
The Mondo Tundra.
There we are. There's the Grand. I can never get my hand right. You would think I was pretty good for my days of being a weather host, that I could point out the weather.
Hand model.
There we are. So there's the Grand Tundra in all its glory. And what's the main thing that sticks out on this aircraft?
It's kick-ass colors.
Landing gear.
Landing gear and big foam tires. And man, those tires are soft. You get a lot of Tundra aircraft, short takeoff landing airplanes that have become popular lately, and most of the time the Tundra tires are really hard foam. Well, those things are soft. I mean, if you put a heavy battery in it, they start to weigh the tires down and they start to deform underneath. That's how soft that foam is. So let's go ahead and share screen, and I'm going to show you guys the review.
Let's go on an RC journey, shall we?
Come take a stroll with us.
Here we are.
Like a dream sequence.
Yep. So the Hobby King, Avios.
I'm going to ask you a favor, Matt.
Yep.
Can you use your Control Plus key and maximize this so it's a fully engulfing the screen?
Oh, you're going to really make me do that?
Feel it up.
I think everyone out there is thanking me. They're like, Jim,
Feel that screen.
right on. And there's the tomahawk.
Fill it up.
Control Plus.
Like Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, you and your vague freaking zooming.
Bang.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. I feel 100% better.
I'm going to proofread that right now.
Please do so. Okay. So had a chance to when Hobby King said, "Hey Matt, you want to review this thing?" I said yes.
Wait, is that what they said, or did they say, got any of them reviews?
Hey man, you got any of them shirts?
You got any of them Grand Tundra?
Yes. Well, they had one of them for me, and I got a chance to review it, and I loved it. So you'll see what I said right here at the top. The Grand Tundra is an RC bush pilot's dream and has successfully reignited the aviation spark in my life.
Boom.
Wow. Is that a statement or what? But
Yeah,
it
man.
could not be more true
Who
because
wrote that?
Matt Gunn right here. See?
I talked to Toby at Hobby King. He said he's putting that on the box.
Really?
No, not really. Maybe. You don't know.
So here's the deal. You guys know this to be true. You work in the industry long enough, and you really need something stronger than the average aircraft to pique your interest because we fly a lot and we do a lot of things. And I sort of was
Jaded.
Yes, I was in a little bit of a rut. I needed something new. I'm sitting here flying my sailplanes most of the time. It was winter. I needed something, and then this came along, and I was extremely excited. So 67-inch wingspan, just shy of 70. It's made of EPO.
That's big.
It has
It's the
lights.
Grand Tundra.
Yeah, so it has lights, nav lights built in. You can look right here where my mouse is pointing. That is the rotating beacon, but it just flashes. And you can't see up here because of the white, but there is a tail nav light back here. You've got your red and greens, and then right here on either side are landing lights that are switchable on, off, and then flashing for landing. And boy, does that look cool when those things are flashing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a quick look at what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Yep, that's my favorite line now. Thanks, guys.
It's the sweet one.
Nice Dr. Pepper reference.
Guy.
Commercial.
I love that guy. I want him to come to my birthday party.
He wants to come to your birthday party.
I love Dr. Pepper.
So there's a high level.
Hold on, I have to interrupt you. Did you hear about Mr. Pibb?
No, tell me about it.
I heard that if he'd have gone to college 4 more years, he could have been a doctor too. What?
Oh, boom.
Sorry, Matt.
Can we just end the podcast?
Oh, all right, keep going.
Moving back to the old Tundraria, as I like to call it. The Grand Tundra is comes pretty well built. I mean, you put your horizontal stab and elevator on, you snap in your rudder, and a couple of fittings and screws later, and she's on the gear and ready.
Now, I said to Matt, that looked like a lot of stuff you got to build there, Matt.
No, you were way off. I mean,
said
literally,
not at all.
could not be more off. So check this out. It has the wing plugs on it.
Love that.
You remember when wing plugs had such a bad reputation?
Well, I feared them myself.
Yes, everyone thought that wing plugs were going to bring model airplanes crashing down like meteors, and it didn't ever happen.
No, never.
I mean, you know, I like to say this a lot, but real world experience trumps theory every time. And I have yet to see a plane. I mean, yes, it's probably happened, but I've yet to see a plane crash as a result of a loose wing plug. So with that, but I have seen many a plane crash by people plugging in the wing plugs wrong, right?
Yeah. Well, sailplane guys have been doing it for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of years.
And it's all about it's more about how the wings attached versus the actual plug, right?
Thousands of years.
It has to be secured.
Mm-hmm. So servos installed. These are mini servos, not micro, and they're metal gear. So you're on you got a plus right there. The wings plug in with, you put them together and you have a spar that goes through, and then one single screw on either side holds the horizontal stab in. You look here, does come with nice molded, and it fits very well, pieces for the landing gear. Now you'll see the front up here and all these other little pockets and whatnot. These are for the optional floats that have yet to have been released, but when they are released, I will be getting a pair.
It looks like it's asleep.
It is. It's turned on its side. I'm scratching its belly.
Yeah, it's a soft underbelly.
Yeah, there you go.
Like an alligator.
So check this out. 60 amp ESC. It's called the RVS. RVS is for reversible. This has a reversible switch, so you don't want to hit the reversing switch in the air.
I forgot about that.
Unless you're ready for a great slowdown.
Oh, can you blow a gear? Will you knock out forward gear if you hit reverse in the air?
Well, there's no gears in it, but I would think that it turning and then all of a sudden you applying all that.
It doesn't have a safety where if it's over a certain throttle, it won't.
I don't know.
Reverse.
That's a great question. Didn't use it because I don't have a float plane. This is for floats, guys.
I would love to see it.
No, you should back that thing up on the taxiway, man.
I guess you could.
I don't know.
I like the way you work it.
You got a reverse rudder control for steering.
You know what's funny is that I would like to go out at a fly-in where people are sort of watching, watching, and you get out there and you put your plane down and then you throttle up and it starts going backwards. And all the people will be like, look at this idiot, put his prop on backwards. And then you just all of a sudden take off.
And like 3 inches of.
Remember that guy at CEF who built an airplane to fly backwards?
That was awesome. I thought about that.
Yeah, it looked like a Cub or something, but it was, and the motor was in the front of it, but it was a pusher, or it was a pusher, and it would push the plane backwards. And he had the CG set up and everything, and the elevator was a canard, and it flew backwards. It was so crazy to watch.
Very cool. I have heard about it, but not seen it.
Little did Matt know that it'd be so hard to stay on topic today.
No, it's all good. This is what I like. It's called.
Hey, we got 45 more minutes to fill, yo.
Yeah. 500 kV motor, big old turnigy aero drive in there, and it swings a 17x8. And for reference,
installed, right?
Yeah, that's a large prop for this plane. I mean, you really can hear that propeller cutting through the air, and I noted that in the review.
Who's the mastermind of this airplane?
I don't know. Good question.
I would like to know who's behind this.
There's our control surfaces. Look at those big spongy tires. Yes. This is like, I swear these things are like memory foam, but they rebound back faster. So very soft, and they're painted.
When you're camping, you could use them as pillows.
Yeah, sort of. They're not that big. You could use them as like a seat at a concert when you're sitting down, like, donuts.
Attach them to our shoes and use them as
keys. We're back on our butt again.
So these are painted. You kind of want to be careful. They just they didn't really do a whole lot of scuffing before they painted stuff, the plastic parts on here. So be careful handling these things. Just go ahead and put them on and don't mess with them again, or else the paint could flake off. And a prime example of these propellers. Look at the paint already coming off on the prop over here. See that?
Yeah.
I think that's a kind of a scale look.
Look at that right on the edge there. I haven't even used the prop. It just came like that. But these are just APC. There's a 17x8 and a 16x8 here. That's for the 6S prop, and the 17x8 is for the 4S.
You know what we should do?
Yep.
We should take this video when it's over and put it in the review, because I'm going to send a mass email out on this Grand Tundra at some point in the next 48 hours. So
yeah, nice.
maybe something to do. Okay, so let's talk about this gear. Jason and I both had the J3 Cubs.
Yeah.
And my springs were very touchy. How's the gear on this thing?
It's super spongy. And the good thing about it is that the number of wraps that you wrap the rubber bands directly correlate to the pressure, if that is explainable.
And I saw in your thread where people were talking about black rubber bands versus natural. You got some ahead of the product line deals, and now they're natural rubber bands?
No, I saw initially in the some of the pre-production stuff they were giving. Remember when they were doing teasers of this plane? Well, the blue and silver one had black rubber bands, and then now, and that's what I said in the review. Don't worry, the blue and silver's got the black rubber bands. This one has the natural one to sort of match the gold. But then when I went and looked at the updated page on Hobby King, yes, they're all this natural rubber now. So you can grab some black rubber bands, I guess.
And by the way, Nikolai says he thinks Stewart was behind the old Tundra and this one.
Right on, Stuart.
And while we're talking about rubber bands and landing gear, let me tell you something I've used. You can go to any drugstore and get yourself some hair ties, elastic hair ties. And they
black ones.
Yeah, they have big ones and little ones and all kinds of stuff. And I
bet those would look much more realistic.
And you're not going to take off in 3 weeks from now and have one blow out on you.
Right. Blowout. So tail wheel bolts on really quickly, just 2 screws there, 2 machine screws. And then you'll have to hook up your spring. These are kind of a total pain in the butt. You have
it's like the same as on the extra.
Yep. It just takes a bit of working to get it in there.
Yep.
And then here's our landing gear all bolted up. And these are where the wing struts go. And they use RC car style cotter pins across there. So that's really
easy. You should spray paint the rubber bands.
That would be pretty funny.
That'll work, right?
Can't you boil them in water with dye or something and they'll change colors?
Oh, you might be able to.
I've got rubber bands boiling right now.
You do not.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here she is. Look at that. I mean, talk about ready to...
It has a stance, doesn't it?
I think this plane would be great to launch up a launch ramp like for a bicycle and then just fly.
Dude,
right?
We should do that.
Yes, I think that actually should be done. Like a Russian... aircraft carrier.
I wonder, will it actually go or will it just run the prop into the thing?
No, the prop is way up out of the way. So
are you talking about without wings or with wings?
No, with wings. With wings, just start right in front of them.
I thought Jason was going to have us jumping these things.
The second that I went full power,
it's going to torque roll like a dick.
I wonder if you could offset it with a lot of rudder.
No. Would be hilarious. Or you just put the elevators like Elevons.
Yeah, that would work. It'd be then you just have a guided missile with it.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
So here's the finished airplane, looking quite awesome. Here we have the vortex generators across the wings. A couple of these were. You can see this one right here was broken on this side right here. They give you some extras, but I used as many as I could.
Was there multiple color schemes available, or
there are two colors?
Okay,
yeah, there's this one, and then there's blue and silver.
Nice. Oh well, I vote for the blue one. And then are those wood or plastic?
Plastic, just molded plastic. You can see the little mold lines in them.
And you have to glue them all in there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, really one dot of CA. You can do almost the entire wing with CA and then come back and just put them all in. The CA won't dry that fast. And then right here, you can't really see it. I didn't really discuss it much in the review, but right there is a glider toe thing. So you can do a glider toe.
What about a camera mount? Is there a camera mount on this thing?
There is. It's right.
They tend to always do that. Very thoughtful of them. Not everybody thinks to put a camera mount on their
This thing right here bolts to the belly.
Right here.
You can put it's molded to the bottom of the way the fuselage looks, and then you could put a camera on there with some double-sided tape or something.
Matt and I were just talking about I'm still looking for that airplane I can take off and land FPV, and maybe this is it.
Yeah, it could be if you put that camera right there between the gear looking out.
I might put it on the nose.
Because they have that canopy, an FPV canopy. I'll show it to you when we get off of here. Okay. But there's a FPV canopy. Again, I didn't fly at FPV for the review. I didn't want to. I wanted to do this one au naturel. So
Scott Caraway and I are going to dinner tonight, but he was asking me earlier what the price point is. Isn't it $389 on my memory bank here?
$349.
I'm thinking steak tonight, Scott. $349. Okay.
Yeah. So it's up there, but you know what? It's a lot of airplane for the money, I think.
Well, it's 67 inches, first of all. And okay, let's go. We went through all of this, and I don't know if you're done yet, but I can't wait to see it flying and get your input about that.
Yep. So if you look here, here's the rubber band. One wrap only goes from here to here. Yep. And then the other one goes from here to here, and then vice versa. So if you take it, pull it tighter, and do it one more time around, you have now gotten some really good spring to it or resistance. However, just like this, it's very plush. I like it a lot. So here's these side force generators looking good. See where they clipped them out of a mold or something. Mm-hmm. They're just very light pieces. Good LEDs. Nice, very effective laps. What was that?
That was my arm moving on my chair.
Oh, man.
That was
easy.
not right. So you fully utilize did you you landed and did you throw them on in the air to see what kind of reaction you would get?
Oh, of course, but I dialed in some down elevator so it doesn't balloon, and when you throw those flaps, it just slows down like brakes in the air.
Nice.
Scott, no pitching whatsoever.
Well, I'm eating dinner with tonight.
Hey Matt, on that subject, were you able to do a slowdown delay on the flaps?
I did. Yep.
And were you able to also apply that to the elevator movement?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I flew a plane this past weekend that had slowdown. It was like an automated slowdown on the flaps, but there wasn't a way with the radio he was using to slow down the elevator movement.
So it's interesting that you say that because I've been in that same situation before. However, with the new Futaba 16SZ, and I'm not gonna go too far here, guys. I'm just gonna touch right on this. The 16SZ obviously has slowdown servo on it, and if you do a whatchamacallit, if you do a not a function, but a whatever it is, mix. Thank you. Yes, if you do a programmable mix and you do whatchamacallit. What am I trying to say here?
I don't know.
If you do a programmable mix and you slow it down, then you can do that also to the tail service. So both of them
apply that to the service. Yeah, because it was really weird, like doing it without that, because as soon as you hit the switch, it would pitch up or pitch down depending on if you're raising them or lowering them.
Oh yeah.
And then it would settle in and be perfectly fine. But it was just kind of this awkward, weird, like they should be moving together. But it was an old high-tech radio, and it wouldn't allow him to do that. So
yep. We'll so it's awesome, man. I like it a lot.
Very cool.
Scott says it does great FPV, or the other Tundra did great FPV landing. So
yeah.
All right. So you guys want to watch the video?
But of course, we're French.
All right.
Bada bing, bada play.
Matt, so, could you full screen that for us?
Oh yeah.
Is this Jim?
I'm playing right now. That's me just playing in the background.
I'm Matt with RCGroups.com.
From Hobby King, and this is the flight demo video that we shot. In the comments section below goes right over to RC Groups, and it'll give you everything that Look at those flaps down, man. Take a look at it now with those flaps.
Is that an A10 that just flew by in the background?
I know, right? And with the vortex generators on the wings, flies with authority. So here we are doing a little loop.
Talk to me about knife edge.
Okay, so here's the deal. This sort of came up in the review. I'm going to mute this while I'm talking.
I did see that.
All right, so this came up in the review. I set it to 100% on the endpoints, okay? And did some flying. We were out there doing the review flight. I threw it into knife edge. I was flying it, and CJ Corella was flying it. So when I took it up, put it right into knife edge, full power, and it held knife edge with a slow sink. So it didn't hold it. It started sinking slowly. So if I would have increased the rudder throws, no problem holding knife edge, but I didn't because it doesn't really need to. You know, there's another review out there, guys, doing knife edge. That's fine, and that's all well and good. I didn't want to portray this as a hardcore 3D model. I just wanted to do some normal flying with it, and that's how that went down.
Okay, let me ask you this. You can come in and land at almost a standstill. That's a question, and I don't know.
This is probably it right here. Well, I'll show you a landing in a minute.
Yeah, you come in and flared really hard and plopped it down.
Yeah, so we were practicing that to see how hard we could flare it and drop it down on the mains. And man, it would squash that gear down, but it never bounced ever. It just soaked it up, and that was it.
It'd be great if YouTube could get this video and a video thing going so it wasn't so choppy.
I know, right? Because it looks so pretty from here.
It's basically still images. Right. Who had the Bigfoot?
Not me. Who did have a Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
The Extreme Flight.
Oh, not I.
Nah, me either. I never even flew one.
All right, let's see. Where's my? Here we are. Here's a good landing. You ready? All right. So, nope, this isn't it. No, that's just so that's about as slow as they land right there. But on this next pass here,
that's a good shot.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Coming in, flaps down. Watch that elevator. Look at the elevator. Boom. So if that doesn't say that it can absorb that well, I don't know what does.
Awesome. Look at that big old prop.
Yeah, man. It's a beauty. So there it is. I like it.
Did you ever bottom out the prop? Did you ever hit so
Never.
hard?
No, never. Had some really good flight photos, though.
Yeah, it looks like what we just saw in the video.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to stop sharing.
So it's a retail of $389. It is now available for purchase.
Yep.
And it looks awesome. It looks like a plane I would want to buy.
It definitely is. I enjoy it very much. It's now going to be my go-to plane. You can get skis for it. You can get the floats for it, or you can just fly it like it is. And I bet you could probably do that thing where they skid it along the water at full speed.
Nice.
If you wanted to risk $350.
I know what we're doing at Joe.
Yeah. The good thing is that if it goes in the drink, it's just electronics, so the airframe will survive.
Hey, I want to wish a happy birthday to RCGroups user Terry White. Happy birthday, Terry.
All right.
Just came across my RCGroups feed. I have a little ticker, all kinds of information going by. Hey, check it out. A big deal. Oh, well, I feel like I jumped too fast. Okay. Awesome airplane. I've seen the thread, Matt, and I've also talked to a lot of people, and even more so, maybe this is where I'm feeling it at our local field. When I mentioned Grand Tundra, people literally stopped flying and came over to say, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Holy cow, I think the Grand Tundra might take the RC world by storm." You know?
There's a lot of regular Tundras at our field, so they're
everybody's
pumped about it. Yep.
Well, it's a big boy now, so I think it's probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably one of the best Tundra tire airplanes that might be out there right now in stock form. Right.
And they're so
you can take some of the other Tundra airplanes and make them better and better and better with aftermarket stuff.
Right.
I think this one out the box is a winner.
And at $350, it kind of comes at at that large size. That's not a large price, you know.
It's not too bad. Some people, price point is relative, obviously, to the end user.
It's not venti priced; it's grande priced.
Whoa, there you go. That was pretty good Starbucks reference there.
Damn hipster.
I don't even drink coffee.
Hey,
where did I get that from?
Matt, will you go to that link I sent you and then make it only show that? So some big news hit the ground yesterday. If you were in our podcast last week,
am I presenting to everybody?
We haven't seen it yet, but you know, there is a lag.
Right. Booyah.
Binga, binga, binga. Okay, so if you were on the broadcast last week, let me jump back over so I can watch a live chat while I talk, which is a great idea. You'll know that Real Flight 8, we interviewed the team behind Real Flight 8. And if you could scroll that up a little bit, Matt Gunn, it went live on Steam. That means you can accidentally buy it.
Whoa, what is that?
What?
Bum, bum, ba-da.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Matt, watch this. Watch how fast we can make things.
All right, you tell me when to refresh.
F9. Where does it say that?
F9.
Oh, right here. I wonder how that got there.
Maybe you were thinking of Real Flight 9 that you want to come out.
I checked the whole thing for the number 9, so I didn't say Real Flight 9.
Oh, it's fixed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and put it right back.
So now you can go to Steam, and there's some ramifications here. You can go to Steam and you can purchase Real Flight 8. So Matt, if you'll scroll up a little bit, there's actually a
down.
Yeah. Yes. There's a cool video where I walk you through the whole process. So this is for someone who's never been on Steam.
Yeah.
And up until a few years ago, I actively did not pursue Steam because why would I?
It's Jim T. Graham with RCGroups, and today.
Whoa, sounds very official.
Why are we doing that, you might ask? Well, some big news dropped this month, really, but today was the biggest of the news, and that is Real Flight 8 is now on Steam.
Europa.
So I was actually just in my review where we had the whole team look at Real Flight 8. And I was going through there looking for a video, and I saw a post that said, "Why do I have to buy a CD version of this?
Right?
I don't even have a CD player."
For reals?
For real.
This is a download. And that is exactly why this is pretty exciting. This means that you can now go to Steam, purchase and download, and run Real Flight from the Steam platform. So what I thought I would do today is head over to Steam, find Real Flight. Now, I have a key from the Real Flight.
Hit pause right there.
So I'm going to kind of do a different one.
Yep.
So basically what my video does, which is now a feature in RCGroups, is you can go in and type Real Flight in the search bar there and find it and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were to continue to watch this video, you would see that they have a discount right now. It's $89 to purchase Real Flight, which is the cheapest ever, if I am remembering correctly.
Yeah, I remember when we paid $200 to get that game.
Oh, brutal.
Got Sim.
And you can buy it right there. Now, here's some other stuff. This is just videos from Real Flight 8, which brings me to my next point. Is Real Flight 8 the full version that you're going to buy? And yes, it is. I can verify it. And how long does it take to install? Because we three have actually downloaded it betas to do reviews on. And guys, it took me 6 minutes to install it.
You got you off of Steam?
Off of Steam.
Dude, I don't have that. I want to install it off of Steam.
So why do you want to install it off of Steam, you might ask? And the answer is you can go to your computer in Florida or your laptop or whatever.
I do have a computer in Florida right now.
Yes. Mine's
just sitting in a hotel room in Tampa.
I'm waiting my rubber bands in Florida right now. Yeah. But you could go to Florida and then play off your Steam account and play there or here or at the office. Anywhere that Steam is, you can now play your game, and not just at the place where you downloaded it and put the key in.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. And everything that was on the DVD version is on the Steam version. And once again, it took 6 minutes to install. I hit the button, it started up, and it was awesome. I go online to see how it is as far as flying with other people. Mm-hmm. It's all the same. There's no difference other than the fact that now you can buy it from Steam.
I like your very no-nonsense approach about what to do. Go get it.
Go get it. Yes.
Head on over to Steam now.
I always feel like I'm being redundant in these link aspects of the feature.
Difficult. You have to.
You got to say it and then say it again in a different way.
I know.
So this is it. If you've never been on Steam, you don't have a Steam account, you probably should. You know, your wife or your child or anyone who's younger than you would probably make fun of you if you're not on Steam.
Right.
This is a good thing to do. My son actually is hot to come down here and install the new VR aspect of Steam for my Oculus, which I haven't done because it drove me crazy. But
I've used it. It's pretty cool. You're in that sort of high-end room in a very expensive house, and you can hear the fire crackling behind you, and that's your interface. It changes though. It's in different rooms. Sometimes it's like a house. You're standing on a back porch. It's a koi pond. It's neat, but it's a good way to get into the Steam VR world. So,
and the beauty about the Steam VR world, I'm seeing if this video is switching or sticking on Matt. I think it's sticking on Matt. I'm gonna
let's see.
Check 1, 2. Check more bottom.
Yes, the sweet one.
What's that quad we were talking about before the podcast started, Matt, Jason? What's it called?
The quad?
That quad that you stick in your pants?
Oh, the suspender bender?
Suspender bender. Suspender bender. Yeah, it's sticking on Matt. Now let's see if we can stick it on me. I might have to turn it into a manually driven thing. Anyway, it's there. Go get it. Check it out. There's a lot of cool games that you can get besides that, like PUBG and all the other stuff that we play. And so it's exciting that Real Flight has come into its own. I love to. Yes.
All right. Check this out.
I did not mean to dig that hole.
Oh, no, it's all good. So, whoops. Let's see if we can see it here. This is the Nano Goblin, and I have outfitted it with, of all things, a micro vector. Look at that. And it has a DragonLink 433 megahertz long range receiver. And the best part of all, this micro Swift or mini Swift with a 1080p recorder built right into it. Look at that right there.
Boom.
So this aircraft is going to be set up for long distance flying if you're into that sort of thing.
What? You can't long distance fly that paper airplane.
I hear you, but you probably can. It'll fly for a full hour on the lithium ion pack that it comes with.
That is how you do it right there.
Right. And total weight. Hold on. Okay. I'll go.
Can we just stop and take a moment and be impressed with electric hour-long flight times? I mean,
from this
5 years ago, that was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Not attainable. Right. Now we have that at our fingertips.
It's because of this this little tiny. Look at that on there, man. Look at the sweeped leading edges or the sweeped edges on that. It's got. This is nothing. Those are winglets on the end of this propeller. Look at that. If you can see.
Wow.
It.
Okay.
Yeah. These are pretty popular in the quad world.
Have you thrown this in the air yet?
Nope, still building it. It's lots of soldering.
Before we get there, I want to say that in the world of guitar pedals, people will buy a guitar pedal and then open the box. And if you don't have immaculate wiring, they immediately go negative on your guitar pedal, no matter what it sounds like. I've seen it.
You like my wiring?
So what I'm saying is you win a wiring award for the beautiful wiring.
I have to. It's become an obsession to the point that I cannot wire something up if it doesn't look good because everyone's going to see it. So this one's just about ready to fly. Let me show you something else. Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves for 5 seconds.
Oh, so anyway, the Suspender Bender is the hottest new quad.
So I hear it's tail heavy though.
Before y'all got here, Matt said, "Don't start the podcast without me," and he got up and left. So then I said to Jason, of course, when he comes back, let's act like we're on the broadcast. And we were talking about the newest quad called the Suspender Bender, and you store it in your pants. And then he knew we were joking.
Of course. All right. So,
because we're hilarious.
Here's how I mounted the VTX right through there, sitting right on top. Look at that.
Oh,
nice.
You like that? I mean, does that look good or what?
Yeah, man.
Too bad that antenna can't be another fin.
Yeah, well, they do have those now, but and I have this antenna also. I'll go ahead and show you because it's probably the coolest one I have, but I can't make it work on this. It's the same antenna, but it has that little funky connector.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I wanted this one up and out of the way, so I want it radiating better than if it were down stuck on the thing there. So we got that. Fits right in. Everything fits beautifully together without touching. And then we also have the DragonLink 433, which was right here. This is the copter version, so it has the antennae built in. The red one goes up, the black one goes down. We'll mount that inside of here. And then finally, the Eagle Tree Vector GPS with the case removed will go inside, back in there, underneath with a nice view of foam. It sees right through the foam. So this plane's going to be awesome, dude. I can't wait. And I've had luck with these things. So this is probably the 10th vector setup I've done. I've got it down pretty well to a science. I know that I shouldn't have any interference issues, but you never know.
My question is penetration.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you got a mile out, which of course you would never do, could you get it back in a stiff wind?
You don't fly it's known as a long distance pilot rule that you don't head out with a tailwind very far because coming back you are going to screw yourself.
Gotcha.
And then winds aloft when you start flying these things, you're getting up. Winds aloft are a lot higher than on the ground, so it could be completely calm on the ground, and you could have 30-mile-an-hour winds just up where you can't even see them. So when you get up there and you're heading out and you're doing 55 mile an hour ground speed at half throttle, and then when you turn around and you're doing 25, you're like, holy crap, what just happened? And you have to go full throttle to get back. That's when the pucker factor gets there.
Jason, I was watching your show, Drone Wars, and one of the guys couldn't get back. And that reminded me of when we were at Joe Knoll and we were really high up. This is a long time ago, everyone, before there were any rules. We weren't breaking a rule because there wasn't one.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
No, there wasn't. I mean, this is earliest of days. I was flying a Hudson or something, but
a husband.
Jason was like, "You got to get out of that wind. You got to come down." And so we got it home right at our feet, but it was because Jason was smart enough to get out of those winds that were up high.
Yeah.
Nice.
I learned that in when I was taking paragliding lessons. It was like you only have you don't have elevator. You know, you can only angle your wing so far. Yeah, and you're just gliding, and you can lower the risers a little bit, but they're like you just have to get low, you know, and get out of it towards lower wind.
So Matt, my final question is: you're working on this review, and it's going to become available for public viewing soon.
Very soon. Yep, as soon as I can get it, finish up the wiring here, I'm going to probably do a test flight. I got to set up the vector, of course, but it's ready. I pulled this vector right out of my Nano Sky Hunter, so it should it should be similar with tuning, if you will. But we'll see how it goes.
I'll tell you what, I literally have an email sitting here from Bill Perry, the creator of the vector. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about some things we wanted to do together, and I'm going to alert him to the fact that his product will be featured. Now, nice. Everyone, I was on RCGroups this morning, as I always am, and I go around all the sites, and I look for things that are great, terrible, offensive, you name it, I'm looking for it. But anyway, I saw this photo that I just posted to Matt, and I thought, this is the stuff dreams are made out of, and I should put this on our podcast.
Holy crud.
That is a shot, my friends.
You know, the first thing I saw was this guy's epic white beard right here.
I didn't see that.
That is just
that's like he looks like what's his name? The Surgeon General.
Oh no. I thought that guy had butt chops.
Coop. The old guy Coop.
Everett Coop.
Yes, there's Everett Coop right there in the flesh. Look at this. This looks just great.
You know what this isn't, Matt? You know, you and I were on the phone talking about gun safes yesterday, and you said sometimes you got to sell an airplane. And you know what? This guy does not live by that motto at all. He doesn't. He doesn't sell anything.
So do you remember we had this? I've seen this conversation about the price of molds to create these. Like a mold would be about $200,000.
It's insane
to create this mold for this F-16. Look at the amount of money in molds in this room.
How would you ever make that back? How would that F-16 mold ever make $200,000?
Oh, they do in a heartbeat.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, they sell them worldwide. So,
all right.
But look at this. Just imagine just being over at this guy's place. And you got tunes pumping over here.
Well, you got to know if that's your shop that you need to have people over just so they can go on Nirvana bliss.
There's some radios over there. Look at that. Some radios way back up in there. It looks like Futaba right here. This is Spectrum or something over here.
I wonder if that's a particular brand or if this guy. So I've sent you another link. I found this today on Alibaba. You can buy
this as is.
Buy it right now. I'm sure they ship it in a big wooden crate. $1,400 damn dollars.
Oh my gosh!
And we could be driving that around at Joe Knoll.
Wait a minute.
That's the Joe Knoll mobile.
That's only $1,400.
Yes.
That's like a powered rickshaw.
Just the cart, not the motorcycle.
It has an axle. No, I think it's the whole damn thing.
I want all the Chinese writing on it.
Yeah, I want to own that so bad. How awesome is it?
If only you had a vehicle
we should buy it, donate it to Triple Tree, and then it's there every year when we want to use it at Knoll.
Yeah, buddy.
And then what we do is we make banners that perfectly fit the back decks.
There you go.
And then we get this motorcycle gets sponsored by a company, and then that's how we pay for the vehicle.
We get a generator, small generator on the back, and we get a giant 65-inch television.
A couch. You need a couch right here.
And we hook some FPV gear up to it.
I just
you can receive.
You've now taken it to the next level. Look at it's got a solid axle. It's like a Toyota 9-inch back there.
Yeah, man.
That's your mobile FPV ground station right there.
It's the first time in my life I've ever said, thank God for Alibaba.
Yeah. Now, I've never ordered from Alibaba, so I don't
either, but apparently some people have. yourgen.en.alibaba.com. The world's largest and most active three-wheeled rickshaw. That's all I got.
Oh, that's a good idea, Fontana Doug.
What'd he say?
He says that I should get one for review. It's only
what?
I've reviewed more expensive things.
We are really good at convincing companies to send us stuff. I bet you could do it.
Well, heck, if you do a good review, I've had a review video have over 250,000 views. So
now you got to figure out what forum to put that in, because we don't have a three-wheeled contraption forum.
It's true. It is a little tricky. It's like when I reviewed those flashlights.
It's an accessory for electric airplanes. So airplane talk. You're going to haul your airplanes around in it
for cheaper than you would ever buy a golf cart.
That's right.
It's like Jason's chair that he sat in and flew in, which scared me to death.
The chair pack. I like that thing.
Do you ever still use it?
I still have the Joker. It's packed up right now, but yeah, I'll be using that more this summer.
Well, Matt, you asked me a while back what I would like to own right now, and I think I would like to own that Grand Tundra. I think that would be a great. Now it's big though. You took it to the field. Is it hard to haul? Is it?
No, not at all. It only takes. It comes with a Phillips head screwdriver, and there's 4 Phillips head machine screws that hold the wing on, and then you have 2 cotter pins. That's it to do your struts. And she's set up and ready. I mean, literally up and ready in 2 minutes.
And you're running that on a 6-cell?
Nope, I'm running on a 4S 5000. They recommend a 4S 4000 to 6S 4000. So I know I'm within the weights with a 4S 5000. Get good long flight times, well over 10 minutes. And that's with mixed throttle use. Now 6S would be ballistic. Somebody said in the I think in a YouTube comment that it just screams uplines when it does vertical, and
nice.
I don't really need all that. I mean, I got plenty of planes that'll do that, so I just thought 4S is fine for this one.
So we have the Toledo show going live pretty soon. I have the event section up. I want everyone to know. In fact, I'm going to go read it so that you know about it, and then I can tell Tom that I did this, and I'm sure he'll be very happy. There's Hawkeye 44444. Wanting to talk to me. Toledo Week Signal Show, April 6th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mr. Matt Gunn will be in attendance, running and /gunning.
Yep.
So be sure to say hey if you see him. So every year, and I'm talking for years, Tom Krogel has done some sort of indoor, and it's been all over the place based on the place he could get at the time. He does have a new place. It's called the AFA, the Addicted to Foamies Anonymous, or addicted. Yeah. And it's going to be sponsored by our good friends at Buddy RC, the West Michigan Park Flyers, TNT Landing Gear, and that Tom owns that. I'm going to tell y'all a very short story about Tom in just 1 second.
Okay.
It's going to be at the Soccer Center Dome, Bass Pro Boulevard in Rossford, Ohio, just east of the Bass Pro Shop. He's going to have it on the 6th and the 7th from 6:30 in the evening to 11 p.m. at night. Bring chairs. There's no seating. They have a netted area for quads. And any other questions? Oh, and I put, Jim, shoot me an email. So I should probably edit that out. If you have any questions, reply to the post here.
Nice.
So Tom was out off the scene for a while. And this is crazy. His legs stopped working. The nerves in his legs shut down on him. He couldn't walk for 2 years. Turned out it was a medication he was prescribed. I don't know for what, but it was a random medication, and it had this effect, and no one put 2 and 2 together for that long. And then when he stopped taking the medication, things started turning back on, and now he can walk around.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Good for him. Yeah, that's what medication does to you. Well, that's sometimes what medication does to you.
Gotta be careful. So this is literally all I have. I mean, we had a winner this week of the RCGroups Avios. Well, not this week. Today we had a winner. Low and Slow, I believe, was the username. I'm going off a mental image in my head, but and
they won the Avios 300 LX.
Yes, 330.
330. That's it.
Dang.
I want that plane. I like the Avios line now. What is going on? They have that Bush Mule, which is really cool. They have the 330, and now they have the Grand Tundra. They are just coming out with some great airplanes.
I think that Tundra's really going to turn it up for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I stepped on your toes today. Did you see that, Matt Gunn?
So
I was in the car section and uploaded the new Barrage Gen 2 scale crawler from Horizon.
So that's okay, man. That's all of our sections. But I saw that, and that video that went with it was really cool, by the way.
If you click on RCGroups and click on the magazine, let me do that to just verify I'm telling the truth. I'm going to click magazine all. It's right at the top today, and it's the Barrage. And what I want you to do, if you're really stressed out, if you've got like money, a problem, or job, or just you're getting old, you don't know what to do about it. By the way, you can't do anything about it. Go watch the video in the Barrage, and you're going to feel 10 years younger. And then when you walk away, you'll feel lighter.
It's the music. It's the musical accoutrement, as Curtis Kosher would say.
I think it's the grand scale of this rock crawler crawling an ancient rock to awesome music. Matt, I think we've said too much without being able to share this with them.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that up. I'll get it going here.
Popping you a link right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm good like that.
All right, here we go. I'm going to...
I want everyone I want you to think of nothing. I want you to imagine your favorite place. Just close your eyes for a second. Keep the podcast or the video. Okay. Don't listen to me. Put me out of your mind.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, look at that little logo there. Who put that on there?
I don't know. And I saw some Jason Cole logo manipulation that was above standards the other day.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, are y'all ready? We're gonna listen to music too.
I'm gonna go full screen with this bad boy. Oh yeah.
It's like a Chantex commercial.
Hi guys.
I want to vape or something after watching this.
Oh no, hey, oh, that's some quality picking.
If I could play with it.
Cats and boots and cats and boots.
By the way, they discovered After Effects and motion tracking. Somebody did over there because every video has this on it now.
Yeah.
They always motion track and follow something on there.
I wondered about where it was talking about the tires. It kept readjusting for tire movement. And I thought, is that some sort of app? Great guitar tone. I would love to recreate this song.
I think you have a job tonight then to do that.
No, I'm not. But let me say, I've been involved a lot in designs on things. And this truck, while it's so simplistic, it's just a plastic shell. I love the bumpers. I love the push guard. I love the tail light or the headlights. I don't know. I really like it.
It's a good looking truck. It's very flexy.
If you've never rock crawled for real, and you're like, I'm going to buy something. I don't know what to buy. Buy a rock crawler. And then what you do is you drive it like you would have to drive a real truck. You don't drive it like yeah.
My 5-year-old son knows that. He's like, Daddy, you're not driving scale. I'm
right.
Like, I'm sorry.
It's so relaxing, and it's actually very cool. It's something that your wife might make fun of you for, but it really is cool.
Oh, this whole hobby is something my wife might make fun of me for. Believe me.
Seriously.
I haven't
there
done
are some different wives out there that love the RC hobby with their significant others. Mine is not one of them.
I have
nice video.
A micro. Yeah, it's cool. So that's up on RCGroups.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jason, I knew that you were moving.
Yep. I got to leave in 15 minutes to go to our final walkthrough of the house.
You are so lucky. I'm so happy for you, man. I really am, because we're looking to move to this year, and I'm just living vicariously through you because we haven't done anything.
We close at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it's go time.
Well, be sure to take a picture. That's what we did, shaking hands.
Yeah, that's right.
The old, yeah.
Yes, the gratuitous handshake. My
We
favorite.
sold it. We bought it.
And
presidential handshake.
Tim photo points for a handshake in the Jim T photo point handbook.
That's right.
The only thing higher than a handshake is a point. That's 2 points higher. You get 12 points for someone pointing at something.
Points like infractions?
No, like it's like a life points. So
I gotcha.
When you die, you'll be like, I got 1,258 photo points.
Nice.
Yes. I'm not sure who's going to be judging you on that. Certainly not me. All right, everyone. Well, I want to thank Matt Gunn for his awesome Grand Tundra video. There's speculation now in the live chat of a Grand Timber. Sorry, what did they say? That's not what they said. Well, they kind of said that. I don't know. That's all speculation. But that review is live. Go check it out right now. And then we'll have some other reviews coming up. Jason Cole is doing a full review on how to move. And you can check that on realtor.com.
It's going to be a very interesting review we get to see in his personal life.
Yes. And then, of course, I've been doling out contests, maybe the most contests I've ever pushed out in the history of the site. There's always a contest. Right now, we're kind of ending contest, so we're picking winners like I did this morning. I got an email from him, and I need to push that on. I did. I pushed it on to Hobby King, so that's happened. And then we have an email going out with that Grand Tundra in it at some point, but probably between now and tomorrow. I don't want to throw too many emails out at one time. Matt, look like you're going to say something.
No, I was just twisting wires here. Always twist your wires when you're doing FPV. Twisted wires sort of cancel out the noise. That's the idea behind it. In theory, it works. I've never seen otherwise, so I just always twist.
And I braid them like my hair. So if that's true, I totally braid my wires.
Twisted wires. By the way, you see all those shortened. See how I shortened it there?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I did that on all of them. I am now probably up to about 150 solders.
I was wondering what you're doing for the whole last
That's
month.
a lot of solders.
Oh, man, brutal.
Well, see, even when we say goodbye, you get a tip. That's how chock full of RC information we are. I want to thank everybody in the live broadcast, E-Powered RC, Roy Thompson, Scott Caraway, Joe Barnett. Hold on, let me scroll up or down, depending on who you're talking to.
Anonymous 363.
RTS Drums, boom. Hornet and Z, whoever that guy. And everyone else that joined us, awesome. We had a pretty strong live viewing. And then if you're listening to us on the podcast, I'm gonna tell everyone here and you two guys, I kid you not, when I take this and turn it into an audio podcast and put it on the site, there'll be 1,300 downloads in the following hour. It's pretty amazing. So you would think that everyone would be watching YouTube and not listening to a podcast, but we get as many or maybe more audio downloads as we do videos. So just something to be aware of.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, if it's a strong one and it's lived for a few months, you can see it all the way up to 8,000 downloads, 8,000, 9,000, something like that.
Podcasts are on living strong.
And speaking of that, I was thinking of Crash Hancock today, and I believe I have an article right now in the AMA magazine with features Lane Stare, Crash's good friend, but that's out right now. I don't know what I was thinking about Crash for, but I was. And so King Daddy of the RC podcast, they're still out there. Crash is still living through his podcast, so go check out the Crash Cast if you need to. Jason, good luck tomorrow. Have a good time. It's Friday, and you'll be making a big change in your life.
Tomorrow's Friday. Today's
right.
It's the sweet one.
So Thursday's the new Friday, is what you're saying.
Wednesday is Friday.
Never let that one go down. Never.
All right, y'all. As Matt Gunn likes to say, simmer down now.
That's Jason's line, but
Boom.
I'll say it. I'll say it. Jason has a shirt that says simmer down now. So you know he lives that lifestyle of simmering.
The podcast is ending. We just haven't done it yet.
Yes. Shut her down.
Shut her down now.
And shut it down.
Suspender pants. No, what? Suspender
Bendis.
Come in. Who is it?
Hey.
Okay.
Nobody's coming.
I gotta go. You want somebody? Hold on.
We're live. Who's at Jim's door? Ready? Here we go.
Who's at the door? Is it Maeve?
Hey, everybody. I gotta go, but I want to show you something that can only happen at my house.
Oh my God, it's a baby bird.
Oh my goodness.
It's a baby bunny.
It's a baby bunny.
And I guess
we have that up for Easter.
Yeah, we're gonna eat it now. So I gotta go. Get the rubber bands out of the pot and get this rubber.
Yes.
Bunny in there. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Later.
What in the hell am I going to do with a baby bunny?
Shut her down.
Who's cussing?